a service that I've offered for many, many years, and that I've done actually quite a lot of lately, is refurbishing. Rebuilding for a lot of pianos is overkill, and just a quick repair of a few things and maybe a tuning is not enough. But refurbishing, I started doing that a long time ago, and about 5 or 6 years ago I started keeping a checklist of everything that I do to these pianos, and I've only added and added and added, and my checklist is very long now. So this is a piano that I just finished up. The guy is coming to check it out here in just a few minutes. So I figured while I'm waiting for him to arrive to see his piano for the first time, I'd show you on this video. So this is a 1920s era Weber, and just a situation that I just talked about. Just the tuning wasn't enough, and rebuilding was too much for him. It's actually going to the refinishers straight from here. So everything that I've done to it, with a few exceptions, is strictly on the instrument itself. So it's got lots of blemishes, but after Conrad Storer is through with it, it will be perfect. He's an artist and he does pristine work. But the instrument is in great shape. So the cosmetics that I mentioned just a second ago, here you can get a shot of stuff like this, like all of this brass stuff here, that brass, this brass here, up here, this little brass piece. Check out the pedals. That brass piece there, the pedals. Oh, and then the pedals here, where are those? I send these kinds of things into a guy that does electroplating. I think his bread and butter is like car parts, things that are totally obsolete, but I send him a lot of stuff, and he does incredible work. So those are the casters. Beautiful. I don't know if you can see that in the video, but it's like gorgeous. And of course, when I got it, it was completely tarnished and disgusting. So everything that I did to this piano, I cleaned it. It was totally filthy, as pianos always are. First thing I do is I tear it all apart, clean it very thoroughly underneath the strings as well as I possibly can. Oil all of the soundboard. I go through a whole box of 250 Q-tips, and get it as clean as I possibly can. There's still, it doesn't look showroom, but I got as clean as I can get it without repainting, and it's very clean. The keys were trashed. So these keys I completely recovered the sharps, the bushings, which is what keeps these keys here. Here's a set of keys. These are original bushings. That part there and that part under there. So I replaced all the bushings so the key works correctly. I treated this pin block with CA glue, so it's nice and tight. I brought it up to pitch. Check out these strings. This is something, there's a lot of loss of tone on these strings. So what I did is I took all of these bass strings off and I cleaned them. I got all the dust out, and it really brought out a nice tone. I'll play an example for you here. So when I originally got it, it just sounded thuddy. It sounded like hitting the side of a bathtub. And now, lots better tone. It's not necessarily what you'd hear on a brand new High Loon, for example, but it has some really nice overtones that it certainly didn't have before. The hammers. Let's get I don't have this piano taken apart because the guy's coming any second now, but you can see through the thing there, through the strings, how those hammers are nice and reshaped, rounded, no string cuts as they were, and they're also equidistant. They're properly spaced and aligned to the hammers. Everything is completely regulated. The dip, which is the distance that you can depress the key, all of that is regulated. The let off, the drop, the back, the checking, all of these things are properly regulated. Of course, the keys are are properly aligned. Oh, and the dampers. Get a shot of those dampers. Those are all brand new. Brand new felt in there. The dampers were terrible. But so let's hear it. Sounds good. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and the feel is great. I'm really happy with how the feel turned out. And of course, I'm just kind of glossing over things. I did lots more. My checklist is like 100 points long. I'm just trying to hit on the major points. Lots of lubrication, and tightening, and aligning, and sanding, and all sorts of repair work. So there's a refurbishing job. I'm happy with how it turned out.